there, and we should get that. All right, so Drew has our first question. Yes, Jake, it did work. Drew wants to know who are your 3 podium finishers for tonight. Drew has Dixon, Newgarden, and Herta.
I feel confident that you're pretty good with Dixon and Newgarden. Herta, I'm a little less confident on him being on the podium. I feel like we're going to see some Andretti cars up there, but I don't know that Herta is going to be it. So I'm going to pick Rossi because obviously I'm a Rossi fan right now. And maybe I'm going to say Santino. He was my pick to win in our show. I'm definitely going to put him in the top 5.
Okay, that's fair. I am going to share my screen here real quick. And actually, hold on. I have to set that up. I'm going to share out the practice one. Oh, nope. I am not going to be able to do that like I had wanted to.
Yeah, you can rate them. Just rate them off.
So the top 5 were Dixon, Herta, Pato, Veach, and Marco. So I guess I have to pick my 3 first. Then obviously we have a wonderful question from Jake.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Dixon. I did just bet $5 on him on DraftKings to make the podium. So I'd really like to win my money. I am then going to go with Zach Veach for a podium, and I'm going to round it out with, excuse me, one of the other Ganassi cars in Felix Rosenqvist.
It's not a terrible pick. So I guess I will go ahead and answer Jake's question since it's directed at me. He wants to know what I'm going to do if Marco wins the pole and also if he wins the race. So for those of you who are not aware, I am not a big fan of taking shots. So if Marco wins the race, I will take a shot. And if Marco wins the pole, oh man, I don't know. What do you think I should do if he wins the pole?
Chug a beer? What's like less than taking a shot?
You know what I mean? Well, so I don't have one in a can, but I can get some over the week. And how about I shotgun a beer?
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So as you can see, the practice is now up on my screen.
Yes.
So if the same question is coming to me, which I can't check right now because I'm sharing out my screen, but obviously you know what happens if Marco Andretti wins the race. So we don't need to go there. Really hope. This is the only time I really hope Marco doesn't win. If he finishes second, that's fine. I will sweat profusely if he finishes second, though, and it's like a close race. If Marco gets the pole, I will take a shot of whiskey that's in my fridge.
There you go.
Freezer. That was my birthday gift this week.
Jake, we're going to do it for you, buddy.
So while I have this up here, and I'm going to take it down in a second because you know what I can do? I can't do that. What was the biggest surprise for you in first practice, or I guess only practice?
I mean, Marco probably was the biggest surprise. If we're going to be honest about it, I definitely didn't expect that. But I also didn't expect Ryan Hunter-Reay to crash either. So both of those, I'd say pretty much on the same level of shock.
Okay. I'm going to go with Pato. And I know Pato is a really good talent, and I believe in his future in IndyCar, but to show the pace he did, especially the last 40 minutes or so of practice where he was steadily progressing up the time chart as practice went on, really caught me off guard. I was expecting him to be somewhere in the 12 to 15 range, and he was up to, I think, as high as second at one point before Dixon had that crazy lap.
Yeah, that lap was I was watching the live timing and scoring, and I just clicked on him because I'm like, I got a feeling, and I was like, oh, he's throwing up a big number. I was like, he's going to, and it was massive. So Really cool to see that.
Sorry, I got distracted because it looked like Matt was about to join and then he disappeared again. That's typical Matt joining anything we do.
That's fair. It is.
So
Oh.
PR, I will add Matt now. Matt, can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Matt.
Sorry I'm late.
In typical Matt Hickey fashion, he has to sign off and sign back on when we are live or something.
Oh, I didn't know you had to let me in.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I was like, what am I doing wrong here?
Learning as we go.
Yeah, so P_R_99 says Honda looks like the faster engine right now. No. And then Jake Neely says Matt is my hero. So thank you, Jake. Great, nice thing to say. So do you guys think, based on the time chart, that Honda is the engine to beat right now?
Right now, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're seeing everything that Chevy has brought to the table either, because we all know, as Matt likes to say, practice doesn't mean anything.
Stole my line right out of my mouth. That was going to be exactly what I was going to say, because I really want to be hopeful for what we've seen so far from Andretti Autosport. And on the flip side, what we haven't seen from Ed Carpenter Racing so far, because I am a little worried that they're going to have a rough weekend. But, yeah, way too early. It was nice to see Award and Daly kind of towards the front, but who knows?
Good point. Yeah.
So I had a really good next thought there, and I started laughing because I saw you look up and look slightly confused for a split second there. Did everybody who's watching watch Matt's YouTube video yesterday? And you too, Jess. If you haven't watched it yet, shame.
You've not, Jess.
I was at work.
Shame.
What does that mean? Shame.
I was at work and I was running around like a crazy person at work, so I did not have time. And then I woke up and had to basically immediately get ready for practice and then this. So
it was, well, let's just say this. So a little bit of like back kind of info knowledge that it was a little uncomfortable, not going to lie, just staring into a camera and talking. Because normally I have like a funny joke I throw out there and then I can gauge but from you two whether it was funny or not, which is like 85% of the time it's a no, because Mike usually says something like it's a dad joke or something.
True.
Versus when you're vlogging, it's like, was that funny? I don't know. And I don't know if I'll ever know, because I don't know if somebody's going to be like, dude, that was not funny.
surely somebody will tell you, because we know how all of our fans are. So
we have Neely following us, so I will count on him to hold me accountable with any bad jokes. I did, just like in my outtakes, I was expecting a text from David Lighting, which is a normal thing I go through every day. And it made an outtake because I was expecting a text from him and I never actually got one.
Oh.
But then he texted me after watching the video, so it kind of all worked out.
So a question comes in from PR99. So Alex Rossi was down in 16th. Do you guys think he was probably working on a race setup, or how do you think he approached practice based on what you were able to watch?
I feel like maybe he was just playing it safe. I mean, there wasn't really a need to go out and do anything crazy in practice this morning due to it all being in one day. That's, I mean, obviously we have no way of really knowing, but that's just my best guess on that.
Yeah, always hard to tell. There's no one correct way to do a practice session. So whether you're going all out immediately and then working on qualifying, or if you're just focused solely on race setup, especially on an oval where qualifying may not be as important as it would be on a road course. So yeah, it's tough to tell what teams exactly are doing. With a guy like Rossi, I'm not super concerned if he wasn't towards the top.
Yeah, I agree there. I mean, you had guys like Penske and Joseph Newgarden who were scrubbing tires for the first 40 minutes of practice, and we could hear the NBC crew having a mild panic attack because Penske wasn't up front on the entire practice. And at the end of practice, we had Joseph Newgarden 7th and Simon Pagenaud 8th and Will Power in 12th. So again, I don't think practice is that big of it. Like Matt, I don't think practice results are that big of a deal.
Well, can we
Especially not today.
No. And can we just say and quickly remind fans that if a Penske car wins tonight, it's not some overblown conspiracy?
Oh, it definitely is. I 100 conspiracy all the way. I'm kidding.
Matt, you weren't here. We said what we would do if Marco wins the pole and or wins the race. So we already knew that Host is going to shave his head if he wins the race. So what would you do if Marco wins the pole and also if he wins the race?
So my hair's not that great, but I'm not going to shave it. So I don't know. What's the worst kind of cheese out there? Other than American. You can't say American.
Worst kind of cheese. That cheese whiz in a can stuff.
Oh yeah. That's
all right.
terrible.
I will buy some cheese whiz in a can if he wins pole or
you gotta drink it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna just do a little bit. I'm gonna
the whole bottle.
No. Not, I'll do like a mouthful.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not doing a whole bottle of that garbage.
Shout out to PR99 who said, just discovered the podcast and your Twitter this week. Awesome job. Thank you very much, friend. And please send us a DM and happy to chat. And
send us your name so we don't have to call you PR99.
Yes. Oh, Jimmy Nichols says hot pepper cheese. Ooh.
Well, hang on a second.
No, that's good cheese.
Yeah, that's good cheese. That's really good.
PR99 has a nice ring to it. I don't know. I kind of like that name. But yes, hot pepper cheese. So what is the base though? Is it like pepper jack with some?
Yeah, it's just pepper jack. Exactly. So the base is jack.
I like pepper jack.
Yeah. See, so I still think the cheese whiz for the pole. What are you going to do if he wins the race though?
Well, I can't do that for both.
No, we both take. What'd you pick for the? Oh, he's going to take a shot of whiskey if he wins the pole. I'm going to shotgun a beer if he wins the pole, and then if he wins the race, I'm gonna do a shot, which I can't. I don't.
These aren't punishments. These are definitely not like shaving your head.
Is a punishment for me. I don't do shots.
Yeah,
shaving your head is not a punishment. Shotgunning a beer is a hobby.
Okay, well that's fair, but
okay. So if he wins the pole, I will have a glass of scotch. I don't know, something I enjoy.
20 push-ups in your driveway.
See, I'm not athletic though.
Exactly.
Same.
I will shotgun a beer too. How about that? I will shotgun a beer with Jess.
Jimmy Nichols says he is going to do a shot of Fireball. So
that is a punishment. That is 100% a punishment.
I haven't touched Fireball in almost 3 years, and I don't ever intend to.
All right. So PR99 is Farid, and he is from France. So super glad that you could join us for this. And also thank you for listening. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
So what else happened in practice today? Who was the first crash? VK, rookie mistake.
Man, that was brutal too.
Will he be
Go
back
ahead.
qualifying?
Make fun of me. Go ahead.
Why am I making fun of you?
Because he said
I was
that
positive.
it was going to be a clean practice.
Yeah. You know what? I knew he was going to be so wrong there. I wasn't even worried about making fun of him.
I was just trying to be positive. You guys can't make fun of me for that.
I will say I thought it would take a little bit longer before we saw an accident, but
we didn't make it past the rookie orientation.
That's okay. It was a mistake, and like I said to you guys and also on Twitter, like there is no room for error today because they have such few amount of time on the track, and it's just such a man-eater of a place to begin with. So I really hope that it doesn't get ugly this evening.
Will we see him back for qualifying?
Yes, but he'll likely be P last.
I don't think we're going to see him for qualifying. I think he's just going to start P last anyways and get the car ready for the race.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to be optimistic like Matt, which is weird, and say he qualifies 22nd. I know.
So not P last,
sorry.
but very close.
I missed the first 7 or so minutes. Do we talk about Jack Harvey at all?
We did not.
Speaking of P last, and I know it's practice, but to be behind a guy who crashed, any concerns heading into qualifying for Jack Harvey?
I don't know. It's so hard to tell because, like we've said, it's practice, and kind of like I alluded to with Rossi, maybe he's just taking his time and not really pushing it because, I mean, in my opinion, there is no reason to take the risk with your car in practice when it's a one-day event. But who knows? Who knows what the real reason is?
And I don't remember. I'm going to ignore it. Matt is commenting on our Twitch stream, and she can see the comments. So, no.
No, I wanted you to say it.
I'm. You know what? We're going to move on there. So, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a little concerning, but you don't know what he was doing. Did he race or did he practice or test in early March when the rookies went to Texas? I don't think so.
I thought someone had said that everybody had tested at Texas at some point, which doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
But you think like a guy like Palo. God,
Hello.
I'm working on it.
Hello.
I'm working
That's okay
on it.
because they said it on the practice earlier, and I was like, no.
Blaming Stephen King for that one.
Going slightly off topic here. The first on Dale Coyne's media IndyCar call on Thursday, the very first question was, Alex, how do you pronounce your last name? So I felt like that was good for just to get it out there and get it done with so the broadcast gets it right. I don't know if they did because
They did not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm not surprised.
It's okay. Everybody says it different, and we'll all get on the same page at some point.
Well, what are some other drivers' names that got like notoriously butchered over the years? Like Hiro Matsushita.
Ooh.
Yes.
Paul Page had about 17 different ways of saying that one. Matthew Grunholz pointed that out to me, and I thought it was hilarious. It was Matsushita, Matsushita. It's just like he could never like pick one that would be for each race. Every week it was something else.
It's probably a good thing that Renus VK is just going by Renus VK and not his like extremely Dutch name. That
Absolutely.
That would be just nobody. They would just be like, yeah, Renus, that Renus guy.
That Renus guy.
We are notorious for saying names wrong, anyways. So everybody needs to forgive us.
Like Mr. Santee.
Yeah.
Are you checking our Twitter mentions for any questions? Because it looks like you may have a couple here from Andrew.
Oh,
Not on Twitter.
Andrew Barker, F1 Andrew, thanks for tuning in. Wants to know how much we think the order will change when the sun goes down tonight.
A lot.
ooh, yeah.
A lot. I think that the sun is definitely brutal today, and I think that some people probably are doing setups for later in the evening when it starts to cool down. Obviously, it's not going to be like cold, but it's going to be much cooler. It's going to be easier on the cars, easier on the drivers. So I think that there's going to be quite a big shakeup.
Yeah, I agree. I am very intrigued. Great question, Andrew. I'm very intrigued to see how qualifying goes since the cars are impounded after qualifying and they can't make any changes. Will we see like everybody go real like you'll know who's taking a chance on downforce at the start of the race by how they are in qualifying.
Yep.
Is that a normal rule or is that just for this week?
Just this week.
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say I've never. That's an F1 rule, I know, but I've never heard of that in IndyCar. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then qualifying might be who's got the best race car per se, or who just gambled on a qualifying setup, which to me makes no sense because why would you focus on one lap when you could focus on 200? So yeah, that's weird. But thanks for the question, Andrew, who also says that he will be finishing the race about 3 to 4 a.m. his time over there across the pond. That sounds miserable, but that's some dedication. So thanks for taking the time to watch IndyCar. That's awesome.
Think about it. Our pal Stephen King, practice for him started at 3 a.m. and then their qualifying is, I guess, 5 a.m.
He's taking a nap right now.
I was just saying, we should be making fun of him because he's taking a nap right now, so we know he's not listening. He's not listening. So,
do you guys want to hear? I'm going to pitfall myself real quick. I meant to text my wife my sushi order for dinner, and I accidentally texted our buddy Frenchie my sushi order for dinner and wondered, why isn't Meg telling me that she is ready to place the order? And then I looked and I went, oh, I texted the wrong person.
He probably doesn't care what kind of sushi you want. Just
you two do that all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I've ever done that in our group
did it text. I did it the other day. Oh, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I forwarded an email to Meg from our home insurance company or something, and I'm like, why isn't she like saying like, oh, she got it, that's good. I sent it to nobody I remember, some email that's been in my email box for like 10 years. So somebody got my home insurance discount number.
I can confidently say I've never gotten Mike mixed up with my wife.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have gotten host Mike mixed up with my boss at my other job, Mike, and I sent him a text message, my boss, that is, at 1 a.m. to tell him about IndyCar. And then I couldn't figure it out till the next day. And then I was pretty sure I was going to get fired.
So
he did not.
Frenchie, being the outstanding gentleman he is, said, I respect you even more knowing you have good taste in sushi. So
good. Glad you have good taste in sushi.
As I say, I only take his opinion on French cuisine. I don't trust Frenchie's opinion in Japanese cuisine.
And also, for everyone who is not in with the joke, he's not French. I might have given him the nickname Frenchie because I might have butchered his name, which we apparently do all the time.
So, Matt, we answered this question before you came on air, but it came from PlayStation F1 entrant Drew. Who are your 3 podium finishers tonight?
Scott Dixon.
Okay, we all guessed that.
Simon Pagenaud.
Okay.
And Colton Herta.
He had Dixon, Herta, Newgarden. So you guys are pretty much the same.
Yep.
Love the Colton Herta car. That thing looks beautiful.
I do love the car. I hope he doesn't have his rough luck at the race that he sometimes has unfortunately had.
Yeah. So we will keep this going for another 5 minutes so we can all get settled before qualifying. So let's see. Should we make fun of Jake Neely for the last 5 minutes?
I like this idea.
We need more than 5 minutes.
Fair, but we can talk fast.
Yeah, I did just finish my coffee, so my heart rate should spike through the roof in about 2 minutes.
How much coffee have you drank today? That's a real question we should be asking.
1 very large cup and 1 regular size cup.
You seem like the type of guy that shows up to work with I guess you work from home, but you show up in the morning with a thermos of coffee.
I
did do that when I used to go into an office, yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. Host and I drink an exceptional amount of caffeine at racetracks, and we are trying to pretend that this is a normal day at the track. And so we both are drinking lots of coffee.
Yeah.
So does that mean I should go put on sunscreen? Because that's kind of my ritual.
Yes.
Yeah, the sun does look like it's right on your face.
It does. You're going to get a sunburn.
I am pretty white. I'm not this white. I promise. This is just the sun coming on my face.
Not as white as the track was at the beginning.
No, I'm a very Irish pasty white. It's not this bad though. I promise.
That's good. It would be bad if you got a sunburn sitting inside your home.
It's happened.
So, Jake Neely. Nope, not going to read that comment. So.
Oh, well, no, that means that I get to read it then, right?
No, it says, Matt, we need swearing on the next vlog.
Why?
Why, Jake?
I think the boss would not be too pleased with that.
Yeah.
I was talking about Jess.
I was going to say boss is, but yeah.
It can't be Jess because she hasn't even watched my first one yet.
Oh. Matt, I like
And
how
she's right.
we're
It's
wearing
possible.
our official gear, and you're just wearing like a white T-shirt.
I'm sorry. This is an LL Bean shirt. First, thank you, and secondly, I don't have one of those polos.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you have one of our T-shirts, right?
and you have
Uh,
a T-shirt, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's just put it this way. I haven't gotten an updated pit lane parlay gear in like a year and a half.
So I do have an update. Well, I shouldn't say I do have an updated polo for you. It's in the print shop, and it's been there for like 4 months, and I don't know.
Pretty sure didn't I Venmo you like 4 months ago for that?
Yes, I'm still waiting for the 2 I ordered for myself too. No,
No jokes on you. This just backfired on you.
no, that nope.
It's the whole he doesn't go to the post office thing.
Yeah.
remember?
Well, as you can tell with the
Not even that. They won't let me pick the shirts up from the print shop.
as you can tell with like the blind situation here is that I didn't really have time to set up everything, so I kind of forgot about the shirt.
Yeah,
What
so
ifs?
it's being a hard time.
It's okay. I
Haley
am
said
a pit lane parlay person. Don't worry.
he wants Matt fired, and we need to. Nope.
You know he wants to be a co-host, right?
Yes, I know.
We may have heard one or
That is
two
not
times.
the way to become a co-host, is by demanding that somebody else get fired.
Are you sure?
I don't know if it's ever worked before.
not yet.
Yeah, not yet. That's a good point.
I'm worried. You guys
So-
are gonna fire me.
Yes, be very worried. So we will wrap it up with one final question here, and thanks to everybody who hung out. I'll be back with somebody else hanging out with me around 7:15 before the race. But what is our pole speed going to be tonight or today? I don't know what you call it.
215.3.
213.4.
Jesse said 2:15.
215.3.
2:16.4.
All right. Somebody write them down because I know for sure I won't be able to remember that.
2:13, 2:15, 2:16.
Jess, you should go do your we never did the Joker lap poll on Twitter
Oh, yeah.
about
Yeah.
who was right.
I was bouncing on my little fly legs today. I'm just letting y'all know.
Boo.
Bug on the windshield. Do you see how many tear offs they had for you on their cars?
7.
There you go. One of those is for you.
I'm going to win this one, guys.
I think
have
the
a feeling.
This is a record. I think this might be the first time I ever booed Jess.
Yeah, you should just put Matt on that button on your thing.
Should I rename it from Boo to Matt?
Yes.
It's exclusively only for when I do something stupid.
Oh, shoot.
I'm going to take a picture of this right now and send it to you guys. Yes, Andrew Barker, your T-shirt is also still behind me.
Jake Neely, go do fantasy IndyCar, please. Thanks.
Jake, I think we should end with and like literally hit end broadcast. That if Jake doesn't have the points updated within an hour after the race, we need to like revolt for a new commissioner.
He also has to do something that we said we would do if Marco does well.
Oh god.
He has to shave his head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
if
we
Marco
go.
doesn't win tonight, Neely has to shave his head.
Oh, shoot.
And don't look at me for the new commissioner. Those days are behind me.
I'm sure you're happy.
Yes, I don't miss it at all.
Okay. Well, on that note, thanks to everybody for hanging out. Enjoy qualifying. Enjoy the race if I don't talk to you guys. And I'll be on again in a couple hours.
Same.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.